I'm selfish, I'm stupid, I'm worthless, I don't need no friends. Have you ever been overwhelmed with these constant negative feelings in your head? I have. Little did I know I'd be occupied with these thoughts for years, and that I would attempt to deal with it in an extremely unhealthy fashion. It all commenced in the beginning of my sophomore year, but for some reason I didn't understand what triggered these demanding beliefs. I didn't understand why I began having this persistent feeling of sadness and distress that I couldn't seem to eliminate or ignore. I didn't understand why I began feeling like a failure every day, or I began, or why I felt completely unworthy of the life I was living. I was just so sad, completely alone, so unhappy, and I didn't know where to turn. For over a year, I hid everything from my parents. I didn't know what was wrong with me or why my mind produced such negative thoughts. Perhaps it was because of the extremely low self-esteem that I developed when I started high school, or a chemical imbalance in my brain. Maybe it was a genetic influence that was responsible for these thoughts I acquired, or possibly a combination of all these factors. I couldn't figure out what it was, and no matter what I did, this feeling of unhappiness just got worse and worse. Although I smiled like I was supposed to, functioned like I was supposed to, I just couldn't seem to be happy anymore. My parents didn't know that there was anything wrong, and because they constantly worked and I repeatedly assured them I was fine. I didn't want them suspecting that I was lying because I was immensely afraid of the reactions I would receive if they ever found out. I just didn't want to be a burden to them anymore. I'd always been extremely close to my parents. They have worked immensely hard to provide me such an incredible life, and they've always been wonderful parents to me. Therefore, I knew I didn't have any excuse to have these negative feelings, but for some reason, I still selfishly did. I didn't think I'd be able to handle the sheer disappointment in their eyes if they ever saw how weak-minded I'd become, and how I completely stopped caring about myself. Therefore, I began shutting them out, and I would immediately lock myself in my room as soon as we returned home from school. I didn't want them to notice how I felt like a ghost, not part of the real world. I didn't want them to see how I always felt like drowning, and even when I knew that everyone around me was breathing. These particular moments made me feel extremely desperate. I would have done anything to escape this mental and dark jail cell. I would have done anything to be happy again, and during the beginning of my junior year, I did just that. While most people would drink themselves to oblivion or utilize drugs, I didn't have access to these substances at that time, so I found an alternative, energy drinks. As strange as it may sound, coffee never worked for me, but energy drinks made me feel alive again, because for the first time in a while, I felt like I had the power to control my mood. At first, I would only drink one small bottle of Power Energy a day, and that was my overall mood and helped me interact with my family and friends. But later, that was not enough for me, and my body craved for more. I began mixing several energy drinks, and I began consuming a dangerous amount. But I would always tell myself that the label clearly stated that there was no sugar, that there was only 4 calories, and that it contained vitamins. So it was basically healthy in my book. And I would tell myself that I was 16, that this is what teenagers do during high school, that self-medicating this way was normal. But in the back of my mind, I knew what I was doing to my body was not okay. However, I didn't care how much I consumed on a daily basis because I just didn't want that feeling of forward to feel like I said, I just wanted to be happy again. And I did that. And I was willing to continue this lifestyle forever if I didn't have to tell anyone how I felt. However, my source of artificial happiness slowly exhausted my body and eventually led me into the hospital. It was a Tuesday night, and I was preparing for an exam that I had the next day. By then, I already consumed enough energy drinks to make my breathing more labored and to make my heart beat unusually rapid. However, I still continued to drink more and chose to ignore the signs. After 15 minutes, I began feeling excessively jittery, and I began having this immense pain in my stomach. After 30 minutes, I began throwing up, and I screamed for my parents to help me. When my parents ran into my room and saw the condition I was in, they took me to the hospital, but I had fainted before we arrived, and when I woke up, my parents demanded to know everything. As much as I hated to admit this, I knew it was true. I had depression, and the fact that I refused to acknowledge this evidently commenced my addiction. However, I was extremely shocked to realize that telling my parents um, made me feel extremely relieved because despite this, their love for me did not decrease, and for the first time, I felt like I didn't have to go through this alone. After this experience, I realized for an abundance of people with depression like me, there is no reason or cause for the negative feelings that we possess. And that is what makes us feel, that is what makes us feel more like painful, and it is more difficult for us because it makes us feel that other people won't understand this fact. Some people will have longer or shorter journeys, but from what I experienced, every journey has a set of challenges, and no matter what, your parents will always be your biggest support. Richard Bach once said that what a caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. There are still times where I've encountered failures, but with the determination I've gained and the strength and the support I've received from my parents, they have become opportunities to grow stronger. I will admit, each day is still a challenge, but I cannot believe how much I've grown as a person, how positive I've become, and most importantly, how happy I currently am. That was really good.
You didn't pass out.
I know.
You did fine.
Yeah.
You did great. What do you think?
I stumbled on
Oh no.
lines.
Did you stumble?
Yeah.
Oh no. Have you ever stumbled when you taught before? You have stumbled before? Yeah? Yeah. And you'll probably stumble some more too. It's not a big deal. It wasn't wasn't even noticeable, I don't think.